Hello, my beautiful wildflowers. How are you today? Alexis here with Haute Modesty. And those of you who have not yet subscribed, and if you're interested in unboxings, beauty, fashion, tutorials, and surprises, please consider subscribing. And today I have a surprise for you, and it is the Colourpop Wine Only Collection. And today we will be unboxing it and then trying it on. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. Okay, my beautiful wildflowers, are you ready? So anyway, I got the next collection. I think this is the last collection by Colourpop for 2020. And I wanted to, give you a chance to see what's in it in case you're interested in ordering it. And this is the whole collection though, and you will be able to order just a palette. Maybe you'll just be interested in a palette. And I typically am just interested in the palette, but just to show you, my beautiful wildflowers, in case you may be interested in the whole thing. So here we go. Let's take a look. And this is made in LA, Los Angeles, which is a little bit south of me here in San Francisco Bay Area. And they come in like this in their beautiful Colourpop box with a flower. And they're usually pretty good at boxing these things up, although I have had some things broken, but And here is the invoice and a card that says, Colourpop, you light up my life. Very cute. You know what? You could actually reuse these. I never thought about that. Just thought of it now. Okay, here we go. Okay, inside here looks like there's several things. And so let's get started. Okay, the first thing I want to go ahead and unbox is it's called a Soul Body. And I believe this is the oil. And I want to make sure that's what it is. Here we go. And this is kind of like the highlighter body oil type of thing. And I did see it on, I think, Instagram or so. And then it's very oily. I really don't want to swatch it or use it right now because I'm going to be handling makeup with my hand and I don't want to have oil all over the place. So here it is. I think sometimes maybe in one of my other videos, I'll go ahead and let you know what I thought of it. But it's pretty watery by the looks of it. But it is definitely sparkly, as you can see. Okay? But anyway, just one other thing. It is known as dry oil, okay? So that way it's not like oily, but it is still. What it says is how to use it is shake well, massage onto skin using fingertips or buff into skin using a brush. Apply liberally to highlight your highlights. So in other words, it's a highlighter, body highlighter pretty much. Okay, that's that. And then the next piece here is, let's see, it is Sommelier. And these are eyeshadows, single eyeshadows. And this is what they call the Super Shock Shadow Duo. And they're in color Muse and Wind Down. And they come like this, you see? And I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. And they're Super Shock shadows. I don't know if you guys ever used them. They are so intense. I mean, their color is really intense. Okay, this one here is Muse. Okay. And I will swatch it for you, okay? Even though I don't like going, you notice I don't swatch a whole lot of stuff. I just don't like putting my fingers into stuff. That's why. Okay, and there, look how highly pigmented this is. Okay. We will go here. Oh my God, this is just once. You saw just once, right? Okay. And the next one, I really like these Super Shock shadows. And this one here is called Wind Down. I don't know if it'll focus. Okay. And it looks like that. And again, I'm just going to a little bit. Okay, here we go. So intense. And let's see if I can do it this way. Okay, there we go. Look at this. This is like so insane. This is totally insane. That's just like, and look, I still have like tons of my, yeah. So, you know, if you like a lot of pigments, go ahead and try it out. It's pretty good. Okay, so that's that. And the next things in here, I'm going to try to speed up a little bit. So that way it doesn't take that long. And there are 3 blushes in the collection. Okay, they come 3 blushes. And the first one, it is called the Cruel Intentions Super Shock Cheek. And I'm not going to swatch each individual one of these, but they look like this. Okay, that's okay. And I believe this one is matte. And they have different, I believe this one is matte, right? This one is matte. And I believe there's 2 that are what they call pearlized. And this one here is called Brut Flute. Brut Flute. That's champagne, right? So here it is. And this one is pearlized. Okay. And I will swatch these for you because it's pearlized. Whoa, okay. And it's right here. You see how, I mean, I didn't really swatch it out that much. And look how intense this stuff is. And I'm not going to swatch the matte because matte is matte, right? And then this other one here is also pearlized, is it? Yes. And it's called Cheerio. Cheerio. And it's this one here. Okay. And I will swatch this for you. Wow, man, this stuff is really intense. Look at this. And I will put that like right here. And these are cheek colors. And these come on, they feel more like cream color instead of, you know, like a powder color. And it is quite, you know, the Super Shock ones are a little bit moist, right? So, yeah. So that's that. So let me see. Okay, these 2 are eyeshadows. These 2 are blushes. There's not much difference. They're all very highly pigmented. Okay, the next piece is the serum here. It's a rejuvenating serum, and it's for the face, and it looks like this. It's a little, like an eyedropper thing, and this is a plastic container. Here we go. That's what that looks like. And it's to rejuvenate dull skin is what it claims to do. Okay, that's that. And I'm going to try to move on. And let's see. And this is Why Not? And this is the eyeliner. You know, I wish this collection is missing lipstick. And there's such nice lipsticks that's separate. But this doesn't have it. And I would rather have that than this eyeliner. And I think this is a very deep raisin type of color. I can swatch that for you. But it's a liquid liner. And it is called Why Not? So it comes like this. And you shake it. And let's see. I will draw a line for you. Yep. There it is. Okay. It's right there. Okay. Very deep. Kind of a more of a purplish raisin instead of a burgundy color. It's got a very deep, like a brown undertone to it. Matter of fact, if you really look at it, kind of looks brown. So that's that. Okay. All right. It's a very nice color, though. I mean, I don't have eyeliner that color. And then, last but not least, the moment you have all been waiting for. Yep. Wine and Only palette. Okay. And this is a 9-pan palette, and it has the colors in the back. And there's something that I want to go over with you as far as Colourpop. And I could do this either on a Colourpop Friday or I can do it on a skincare. I think I'm going to end up doing this in skincare on Monday because it's really important. And what that is behind each of these colors, there could be a little asterisk. I don't know if I can get it to show. You see that asterisk there? That little dot? And there's another one here, a little dot. And there is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots out of the 9 pans. And what that means is that Colourpop identifies their colors when they're pigments and they're not safe for use near the eyes. And I think it has a little, it says here, not safe for use in the immediate eye area. And I've always wondered, come on guys, you guys are making eyeshadows, pigments, and It's eyeshadow. Hello, we're going to be using it near the eyes. But what they do is they warn you and say, you're not supposed to do that because it could hurt you. And it's actually pretty, it's pretty bad because that's a legal maneuver there. And I can tell you, because I'm a legal nurse, and if they warn you and you still do it, a little bit of that liability is lifted. Not completely, but most of the liability is lifted, right? And so that's why they put that there. Otherwise, they could be charged with failure to warn. In other words, they don't put that on there, and then it goes in your eye, and then it ends up blinding you, or whatever the case may be. I mean, they open themselves up to a huge lawsuit where if they warn you and you still do it against their warning, it's like I said, it's a legal maneuver. And so be careful. And anytime you see this is a bonus because I'm going to go over this on a Monday, Skincare Monday, but it's important. Anytime you see this, you should be doing a patch test. You should, ahead of time, put this somewhere sensitive and wait 24 hours to see if, in fact, it will react. Okay, so what I did was, like with Colourpop, they used all of the similar formulas, and I don't have sensitive skin. But what I did do is, like several of their palettes, when I started using Colourpop and I saw that, what I did was I did a patch test, and I did several of them. And how I did that is I took the colors actually, and with my fingers, and put them right under here, okay, in the arm, or you can do upper arms here, wherever. And then you put the color, and what I did was I covered it with occlusive bandage. In other words, something like a tape, but make sure you're not allergic to tapes too, because then you won't know if it's the color that's reacting or the tape. So what I did was I used what is called OFRA, which is an occlusive dressing that goes completely over the wound, let's say, and then so that way even if you take a shower with it, it's not going to go through. So that's what I did, and I did 4 different colors from Colourpop, and I put it on there. And I left it there for 24 hours. And then when I peeled it back, I could still see the colors. And I had to actually rinse it off. 3 of the 4 stained. Okay, it did stain my skin. Not for too long, but I think about a day and a half, until next time I took a shower. Then I noticed that it was, one was still like a little bit hanging on in there. But the rest was gone. But the most important thing is, for the next couple of days, you want to take a look and see if there's any irritation in that area. If you get hives or redness or you're itching, do not use it near your eyes. Do not use it near your eyes, because that means you're reacting to it. And so if you don't, you're pretty safe. You're not 100% guaranteed, though. Don't take this the wrong way. You're not 100% guaranteed, but it's a good chance. I mean, maybe I don't want to put any percentage out there because I'm not doing a study, but it's a very high percentage that you're not going to react to it if you do these sensitivity tests correctly, okay? And so just wanted to throw that in there because there is quite a few of them. Like I said, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 9 colors have pigments that should not be used near the eyes. And so just putting it out there. And so, okay, that's that. That's your skincare lesson for the day. And I'm going to go over all this in detail during my patch test video, which may be already up by the time this goes up. But, check anyway, okay? So without further ado, let's get started with the try-on. Okay, you know what? One thing I realized I didn't do, and that is totally crazy because I got so excited about warning you guys about the pigments, is to show you the actual palette, duh! And so anyway, here it is. Here's the container from the outside. Very cute, it's plastic. And on the inside, you have a mirror, which I like how they do this, is because it's frosted because there's a cover on it. You have to peel it off. And then the other side is the actual colors here. And as you can see, it's pretty dark and, but it's a very nice, beautiful color story. And you know how I love this type of color story. But like I said, in this case, there are some colors that actually has the potential to stain your eyelids. What I did and what I would advise you do is that you use a very good thick barrier primer. So in this case, what I did was I used the Mario. And because the reason why I did that is because I know this primer is actually waxy and it has wax in it, paraffin in it, where it'll actually create a barrier between my eyelid and the shadow. So that way, even if it has the potential to stain, it's not going to. And if it does, it's going to be very little, and it's not gonna be a problem getting it off. So what I did was I used this one here, the lighter color, and I did follow it up with powder this time because I want to make sure that these eyeshadows just glide over and it doesn't get sucked into my my skin. So yeah, that's that. So, and what I would not advise you to do is use something like, a lot of people like to use concealer, because concealers, it could still penetrate through the concealer. Use something that's properly primer, that has wax in it or paraffin in it. And I don't even like using the cream type by Nars or even Urban Decay. Well, Urban Decay one you have to look at it because they too have pigments that are, that can stain. So check that out. So anyway, so let's get going. And first, and another thing too, I don't normally use my, my refer brushes because it is genuine goat hair and I don't want it to absorb, the color to be absorbed. So I usually go and work with my Sigma brushes, which is a little bit, less costly if it's staying. So that's that. So let's get going. Brush, it's not a fluffy brush. It is pretty firm because I want to be focused with this. And I am going to go in with the first color, which is Major Chianti. And that's this color here. And the only thing I don't like about this palette, to be honest with you, there's not a whole lot of light colors that are like, that I could go in with no glitter or anything else. It looks like this color is really light, but it's got glitter in it. So it's not something that I want to use as a transition color. And so, here we go. Wow. Right away, I want you to see, I didn't really go in there that hard, but you see the kick up on that? Okay. And there's a lot of kick up, which I think means it's going to be a lot of pigments. Look at the brush. So I am going to dust this off because I don't want to end up, looking like a clown. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of stuff coming off. So what I need to do now is to be really careful, and so I don't waste the color, go in there a little bit, less intensely. Yep, right away you can see the intense pigments in here. Wow. Yep. I can see why I kicked up. Look at this. Wow. I'm going to have to be, you know what? I advise you to not go in heavy-handed with the Colourpop palettes, especially these kinds of colors, which is very dark. Yowza. And what I did, actually, is I went in and picked up just the kick up. With this palette, the colors are so strong. You can just go in with like 2 colors, or even the single, the shock type of sommelier one. You could actually just do one color all the way across and just shape it nicely in a corner, and you'd be one and done. And I'm looking to see, do I do a smoky eye? Do I not? I think for the purpose of trying to use as many colors as possible and still being prudent, I will go ahead and use as much colors as possible, but I don't think I'm going to be able to use, like half or anything like that. So far I've used one color, and look at the intensity of this. It's like crazy. Okay, next I will go in with the small, dense, I guess this is a fluffy brush, but what do they call it actually? They call it a blender, okay? This is a precision blender. And I'm going to go into the corners of this using the color, using the shade. Okay, let's go with, what is this? I don't have my glasses on. It's hard for me to see. Okay, Vintner. And that's this dark color here. And so I'm going to be very ginger in doing this, like this. Okay, let's see. Like that, so that way I don't create a lot of kick up. Okay, that's still kicking up. Let's see. Wow, you see that? Okay, let's see. Let's go into the corners here. I'm just going to tap this on because otherwise it's going to be all over the place. And I definitely don't want any fallout out of this because it looks like it may be kind of hard to clean up. Okay. And I I'll also go to the inside of this. Okay. I'm gonna go in with the same without dipping back in. Let's see. Okay, wow, these colors are really intense. I think what I'll do next is go into the center and just create kind of like again, a halo eye type of thing that I've been, loving lately. But I need to find a color that's really light, but yet works with what I have. So, So I think I'll go in with Cast a Chateau, which is this color here in the center. And I will go in actually with my fingers and see what happens. It's very creamy, but yet powdery at the same time, which is different. It's not like the buttery, but it's firmer than butter, but it feels like, it feels very nice, just like that. But yeah, it's a different texture from what I'm used to from Colourpop. So let's see. Okay. Oh, it's a nice color. Definitely nice, bright color in the center. Okay, let's go here. And the only thing I really don't want to say I don't like, but one thing that I don't really care for is the fact that these colors, the darker colors, the mattes, they can quickly become muddy, and they are a little bit harder to blend, believe it or not, than their other palettes. And I don't know if it's because these are so dark, all of them, and it's just like this. I wish they had some light colors. Look at this. This is all pretty dark. And when it comes to mattes, and there are only, let's see, is there 3 mattes in here? 1, 2, yeah, there's only 3 mattes in here, and they're all pretty dark. It's these 3 here, 1 here, 2 here, and then the other one is up here. And so you notice these 3, what I'm pointing to right now, they're all pretty dark. And so, yeah, they could have really thrown in a little bit of, throw me a bone, give me one light shade in matte. So, yeah. So let's see. Let me just try to tap this on a little bit better here. And yeah, that's good. Okay. And I think next what I'll do is I'll go into the inners of my eyes with Blanc, with this one here. And that's a weird name, Blanc. Did I get that right? Yeah, Blanc. B-L-A-N-C. So, okay. And I will use this pencil brush. It's kind of hard to see this. That's weird because it's not as white as I thought it would be. Here we go. You can see a little bit, but it's not totally different from all the rest. So that's that. What do you think? I think what I'm going to have to do a little bit is take my Urban Decay ABC gum. Let's see, this way, ABC gum, can you see that? And it is a matte, and it's kind of like a yellowish tan. It kind of matches my skin is what it does. And I want to take a very big fluffy brush like this. And I'm going to go ahead and dip in here and just work on this a little bit, like right in here, because I just think it's way too intense. And there's not enough, like, I don't know, it's not breaking up the way I want it to. And so, I want to make sure that, there we go, and kind of do this. But I have to wipe it off each time, otherwise I don't want to. Okay, here we go. And kind of smooth this out. I know I could have done this a little bit with the brush with nothing on it, but it's like I don't know, it's just I need to have some kind of powder there that I can work on this. So as you see, it's very intense. The colors definitely has payoff, definitely. So okay, that's that for now. And let me go ahead and put on my, I don't know, mascara, eyeliner maybe, and my makeup, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is what I have so far. I don't want to go ahead and finish it all off because I want to show you how the blush also performs, okay? So what I did do though is I did put on foundation, which is by Giorgio Armani. And this is one of my dewier look foundations that actually, it lasts a long time. I mean, it wears a long time. So I really like it. And especially with the dewy look. And along with that, I did go ahead and underline the eyes using the old brush, which was the one that I used for the transition. And so I just went underneath and did that. And as far as my mascara, I am using the MAC mascara here. Okay, let's see if I can see what's under here so I can at least show you. Wow, these things are really tiny, really tiny. So I'm hoping that you guys, I don't know if you can see that, but there it is. Okay, and what else did I do? I think that's it. And so I do have for my lips, because there is nothing for the lips here, I will be using a Makeup Forever pencil. Okay, and this, and also my MAC lipstick to finish off. Okay, so let's try the blush. The one I will be using is the pearlized one, and it's called Brute Flute. And actually, this is the least intense of all three. And because my eyes are so intense, I wanted to go less intense for my cheeks, but I don't know. This is pretty pigmented too. So this is the least intense of all three, but still, it's pretty intense. So I will go ahead with this one here. And what I want to do is I want to really take it easy on this. So I'm just going to lightly, do this and start light. And if it doesn't look like it's picking up a whole lot, but you know what? Sometimes it'll fool you. So I'll do this and I will dot, slowly dot. Now I may need to pick up a little more color. Okay, is there color on there? A little bit, but I went way too light-handed. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, let's just swirl it. Okay, now let's try it. Now it's gonna be too much. It's gonna be Okay, nope, this is perfect. Okay. And a lot of times they tell you, come to the apple of the cheek, you do the apple of the cheek. Well, that all depends on what kind of look you want. If I do apple of the cheek, my cheeks are pretty pronounced already, as you notice. And this is, I don't have contour. And yet, look how pronounced my cheeks really are. If I put too much there, I look like I'm bringing my cheeks out way too far. So I try to stay away from putting that on, this part here. See? Because already I had chubby cheeks. Chubby cheeks, chubby cheeks. Okay, let's go to the other side. Swirl it again. Okay. Okay, a little here. I'm going to dot it on until I get it, and then I'll swirl it around. And you know what? You know how they say you should do this, or you should do this, or you should... However they say, every different makeup artist will tell you to do it different ways. You know what Okay, my beautiful wildflowers, I probably don't even have to tell you what happened because you know me by now. No, I have not yet connected my dummy battery so that way I can just plug it in. I know, yeah. So I ran out of battery. As I was saying, what's really important is that do what works for you. Okay, if it doesn't work for you, don't do it because it's different for everybody. And so if it works for you to go like this, do that. If it works for you to do this, do that. So you know your face. You've been living with your face for how many ever decades. And so, try different things. I'm not saying don't do that. And then if it works for you, great. You learned a new technique. But just because it doesn't work for you, but it works for the last person, doesn't mean anything. Okay. So, I like this. This is very subtle. Okay, and the last thing I want to do is put on lipstick. Let's start with the lip liner. This is a tricky part, right? Ooh, I think I may need to sharpen this. This is kind of dull. Give me 1 second. You see? Okay. Let's give it a try. And this is the hardest part for me because I don't know why. It's just like my lips just don't want to cooperate. But let's see. Sorry about that. I know you didn't get to see the intricacies of me going, but I put my head down too low and you can see the lips as I was doing it. So this is what I ended up with. But as you notice, I don't overline my lips. I know a lot of people do. It's okay if you want to do that, but I don't have much luck doing that. So, okay, here we go. It's last thing. Here's a lipstick. And I know a lot of people always comment on this lipstick when I'm wearing it. And this is by MAC and it's called Claire Cast is the name of the color. So, okay, here we go. Wow, that's bright. Okay, that is definitely bright, but I know you guys always comment on it, like you really like it. So what I like to do is I like to really get the color on my lips. In the center, you know, I don't like perfect it yet. As you notice, you see it's kind of uneven. And what I do is I take a lip pencil, and this one is actually by Bobbi Brown, and I really love this one. I've had it for years. It's lasted forever. And I go, I'm having difficulties here, having real difficulties. I'm blocking you guys from seeing anything, but it's really hard to work on our lips while you're looking up, right? So, all right. Okay, ta-da! So that's it. And what do I think about the products? Well, this is about the wine and only collection, right? I do have some feedback. As far as the rest of the stuff that I didn't use, I have to try it another time and to see if I like it or not. That is the dry oil. I'm not sure if I'm even going to use that serum for the face. I think I'm just going to put that directly into the giveaway because I have my own serum and I'm really not looking to add another thing to my routine. And so, yeah. I'll leave Colourpop as far as, you know, for makeup, great. But skincare, I'll keep with what I got going so far. So, yeah. So, what do I think? Well, number one, this collection lacked one thing, and that which is huge for me, is lipstick or something with the lips. Every other one comes with lips, but this one didn't. But I also noticed, though, on the website, there's some really beautiful ones they introduced at the same time that's separate from the collection. And I don't like that because, you know, why not add in a nice lipstick? And then if it's really nice, and which I think it really is, people will buy it again after they use it. So I don't get it, you know. I just somehow feel like this collection was incomplete. I mean, what do we need the dry oil, the body oil? Do we really need that? I don't think so. And the eyeliner is nice. Eyeliner's fine. 3 blush, I think, is a bit too much. I think 2 would be okay. And the 2 eyeshadows that came with it was perfect. And this is a Super Shock eyeshadow. I think that's going to be really nice, especially if you want a one and done. Those are it, one and done. So that's that. So it's lacking lipstick or lip products. Too much other products like skin products I'm really not interested in. I don't think a lot of you are. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Put your thoughts below. And now finally, I really want to spend time about this eyeshadow palette. It's a nice palette. It is definitely my color story. It's me in a palette, like I've said before, and you know that. And so it is beautiful, but it is definitely lacking some things. There are 3 mattes in here that are quite dry and a little bit muddy. I'm not going to lie, okay? It is a little muddy. It's not as easily blendable as the other Colourpop palettes that I've used, and I've used several now, right? And so this one definitely has some really intense colors. Nice color story, but way too dark. I mean, add at least one light, blending color, a matte or something, something like this color. I know it would throw off the color story, but I think just having something like this that's matte, it should have been okay, or at least light pink, something. But this was way too dark. And if you're going to use this along with another palette, definitely, I mean, it would be perfect. But the palette itself, it's too much. It's too much. Okay, just let me put it that way. It's too much. And as far as the color, so very nice. I see that there is a very highly glittered one here that I don't think I'll ever use. It's called Grapeful. Okay, it's in a corner here. Let me show it to you. Here it is. And it has a little gouge out of it. It actually came this way. I didn't do that. So, yeah, let me just swatch this because I think this is like really crazy. Yeah, here it is right here. And it's highly glittery. Yeah, there it is. But the problem with this color is that it's chalky with the glitter. Chalky glitter is never good because that means there's going to be fallout. And I can tell you right now, I mean, by the looks of this, even if when I'm doing this, it's way too chalky to have glitter in it. And if you're going to put something with more moisture and that holds the glitter, that's one thing. But I mean, definitely not a good color to be thrown into a palette like this. The texture at least. So what do I think about this palette? Beautiful color story, but it's lackluster. It's missing really important components. And also it's a little muddy. So if I were to grade this, I mean, the easiest way for me to grade this is A through F, right? I will give it a B minus. I am very sad to say this because I was so excited about this palette. Like I said, a B minus because number one, I can't use it on its own. There's a lack in matte colors that are blendable. And there was a lot of kick up, which is okay. I'm not going to subtract, because the pigments are so strong. So I'm going to be consistent in that. But, yeah, it's too intense. It's too intense. And if the kind of palettes I like is that I can just get a look from one palette. And also another thing too, you're not going to get like tons and tons of looks out of this. It's all going to kind of look, because all of the colors are pretty similar. And it's going to be all kind of a similar look. So, yeah. If I were to do over again, would I buy this collection? No, I really wouldn't. And it's hard for me to say this. And it hurts me to say this because I've come to love Colourpop so much. But I think what happened in this one is they way overhyped this. Way overhyped. And I don't think there was a whole lot of thought put into this collection. I don't know if it was a last minute push to get the last palette collection out there in 2020. And I know they sold out like immediately once it hit the, the open market. I mean, it was gone. But yeah, take a look at what others thought about this palette. I'm being honest, and this is my opinion though. This is my experience at my level. I'm not a professional makeup artist, and y'all know that, but this is me using the palette as a regular everyday person. And another thing too, I really don't appreciate for the colors out of the 9 is one that states it's not safe to use near the eyes. It's an eyeshadow palette, people. Why do you have to do that? I mean, where are you supposed to put it if not near your eyes? And if you poke yourself in the eye with it and then you blind yourself, they've written off the reliability. So anyway, don't let me get started on that one. So my beautiful wildflowers, I didn't intend this video to be so long, but I really wanted to give you a detailed feedback on what I thought about this collection. Like I said, very sad to say that I probably would not purchase this again. I thought at least a palette I would. You know what I would probably purchase again would be maybe the blush. And I don't, the Super Shock, if it works the same way as all of the other ones, I would buy the individuals, but not this whole palette. Because for me, I probably will never reach for this palette again. That's the way it goes. Because this color story, I have it in many other palettes, and it's, it's better. So, all right, my beautiful wildflowers. So take it as an opinion, and if you love it and you feel differently about it, please, let's start a dialogue. Tell me what you love about it, or tell me what you don't like about it. Are you gonna buy it, or were you considering to buy it, or do you have it coming in the mail going, oh man? Try it, please try it. Don't go on what I say only, because this is my opinion only. So if I added any value to you guys, give me a like as usual. It doesn't take that long and it really, really helps me out. Please just click on that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, I'll wait. Did you do it? Thank you so much. Okay, my beautiful wildflowers and all the rest of you beautiful people. just remember, never sweat the small stuff. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.